Emma blinked awake to the blaring sound of her alarm ringing sharply at 6:30 a.m. The orange glow of the rising sun filtered through the curtains, painting her small room with a warm, familiar hue. A faint scent of freshly baked bread drifted up from the bakery downstairs. She sighed. It was happening again. For what felt like the thousandth time, she was waking up to the same day. Stepping outside, the cobblestone streets of Millstone Creek bustled with townspeople, blissfully unaware of the loop trapping them. Old Mr. Thompson waved, as he always did, leaning on his cane with a knowing smile. The florist, Lisa, hummed the same tune while arranging sunflowers in her shop window. Emma's chest tightened. Somewhere within these familiar routines lay the answer to breaking free. Emma decided to change her usual path and head to the marketplace. Today, she would begin her investigation with Lisa, the florist who always seemed a little distracted when she hummed that same, mysterious song. The tune lingered in Emma's mind like an echo, a piece of the puzzle she needed to solve. As she walked toward the flower shop, the door chimed softly, and Lisa looked up from arranging the vibrant sunflowers. Her smile was warm, but there was something distant in her eyes, as if she were lost in thought.
"Morning, Lisa,"
Emma greeted, her voice casual.
"Morning, Emma. Lovely day, isn't it?"
Lisa replied, her fingers expertly adjusting the flowers. Emma hesitated. Should she ask about the song directly, or should she ease into the conversation, hoping Lisa would reveal something on her own? Emma took a deep breath.
"I've noticed you humming that same song every morning,"
she said.
"It's beautiful. What's the story behind it?"
Lisa paused, her fingers lingering on a sunflower stem. She looked at Emma, her expression softening.
"It's an old tune,"
she said quietly.
"One my mother used to sing when I was little. It's tied to a legend about Elias Whitford, the founder of Millstone Creek. He disappeared 100 years ago, and some say he left a curse on the town."
The words hung in the air, heavy with an unspoken truth. With this new piece of the puzzle, Emma's next stop was to visit old Mr. Thompson. He had always regarded her with a knowing look, as though he saw something in her that others did not. He sat by the fountain, as he did every morning, and his eyes twinkled when Emma approached.
"Good morning, Mr. Thompson,"
Emma greeted, sitting beside him.
"A fine day, Emma,"
he said with a smile that never quite reached his eyes.
"What brings you out here so early?"
Emma considered her next words carefully. Should she tell him what she had learned from Lisa, or should she ask him about the town's history directly?
"I spoke to Lisa at the flower shop,"
Emma said.
"She told me about a song she hums every morning. It's connected to Elias Whitford and a curse he left on the town. Do you know anything about it?"
Mr. Thompson's eyes narrowed, and he leaned in closer, his voice dropping to a whisper.
"Ah, so you've heard the song, have you? That tune is the key. Elias Whitford never left this town. The day he vanished, the sun never set for him again. He cursed the town, and we've been stuck in this loop ever since. Only a soul willing to confront the truth can break the cycle."
Emma felt a chill run down her spine. The pieces were beginning to fall into place, but there was still much to learn. Determined to uncover more, Emma headed to the library. The musty smell of old books greeted her as she stepped inside. She knew that if there was any hope of finding the truth, it lay in the dusty shelves and forgotten records of the town's past. Emma stood before the towering shelves, her mind racing. Should she look for Whitford's journals or try to find old newspaper clippings about the day he vanished? Emma moved to the back of the library, where the oldest books were stored. After a few minutes of searching, she found a small, leather-bound journal. The handwriting was elegant but shaky, as if written in haste.
"If the day must repeat until remorse is found, so be it. Only the soul willing to see the truth shall find release."
Emma felt a knot in her stomach. This was it. The truth. The loop could only be broken if the people of Millstone Creek acknowledged their past mistakes and the remorse that had been buried for so long. With newfound determination, Emma gathered Lisa and Mr. Thompson in the town square. She had pieced together the truth, but she still wasn't sure how to break the curse. She felt the weight of the town's history pressing down on her, and the burden of what she had learned.
Mr. Thompson,
Emma began, her voice steady.
Lisa told me about the song and the legend of Elias Whitford. I think you know more than you're letting on. Why haven't you told us the full story?
Mr. Thompson sighed deeply, his shoulders sagging. His gaze met Emma's with a deep sorrow that spoke volumes.
I was the last to see Elias alive. We argued over the future of Millstone Creek. He wanted to protect the town, but we didn't listen. He died seeking justice, but no one cared. The curse, the loop, it's a punishment for our indifference.
Tears welled in Emma's eyes as she realized the depth of the town's betrayal. To break the loop, they would need to offer more than just words, they needed true remorse. At dawn, the townspeople gathered in the square, their faces solemn. Emma stood before them, heart pounding. They had come together to break the curse, to end the loop that had trapped them all for a century. But she knew that words alone wouldn't suffice.
Today,
Emma said, her voice clear and unwavering.
We will finally face the truth. We owe Elias Whitford more than our prayers. We owe him our remorse.
She motioned to the crowd.
We will sing the song, and we will say the words he left behind.
With a deep breath, Emma began to chant the words from Whitford's journal.
If the day must repeat until remorse is found, so be it. Only the soul willing to see the truth shall find release.
The townspeople joined in, their voices soft at first, then growing louder, each word a step closer to redemption. As the last syllables echoed through the square, the sky shifted. A shiver ran through the air, and for the first time in Emma's life, the sun dipped below the horizon. The loop was broken. Millstone Creek was free. And with that, the sun finally set on Millstone Creek. Moral lesson: the town of Millstone Creek had been trapped by its own past, held in place by an unacknowledged wrong. But true liberation, Emma realized, only came when the people faced their mistakes with sincerity and remorse. Only by confronting the truth and showing genuine regret could they break free from the chains of history.